Just doing some combine stuff. Replay. I want to put the replay in first, but I'm going to wait for Dunny's feedback before I do it, because then I can like add that in when I go through picks and bans. Actually, we'll look at picks and bans first while we can. Picks and bans is something I'm going to do a series on as well. Not because I think certain gods are OP or underpowered, but you've got to think about matchups and how they're going to play out in terms of your laning, and what you should expect off a game based off what you see in the lanes that go through. So, with this one that we're looking at right now on the stream, you can see it's going to be Scylla versus Chuck. I'm not sure which people are on which team, I'm guessing. Actually, Dunny's on that side, and Dunny was on Team Scylla. So, Scylla's red and Chuck's blue, but it doesn't really matter about the names. Geb was the first ban for representation and the blue team. I like that ban. You know why that ban's good? Because it means you're going to guarantee something for first pick. Because it means you can get Sylvanas. It means you can get Nox, potentially Circuit, potentially Alquang, potentially Carly, potentially. You leave a lot up and available to yourself, and it baits them into a situation. Now what they do is they ban away Circuit. It means that their jungler doesn't want Circuit, so it means they even want Carly or they want Sylvanas in this first pick. It means Carly's available right now. The other potential things are Thor or Nox. Nox is also up there. For me right now, this would be a Nox or a Sylvanas pick, or a Carly pick. I mean, they're the three. Oh, I'm not sure about that pick. I don't feel you can do that pick. With the current meta and how we're playing, this should be Carly Nox now. If this isn't Carly Nox, it's issues. Carly Nox, boys. Yeah. Carly Nox, boys. You can't ban a Geb. You can't ban Geb and then not take Carly or Nox here. You're baiting the situation to get one of those as a first pick. But you could have banned Nox, you could have banned Carly here, and you still would have got Thor. You could have banned either one of those two and got Thor for yourself, and they didn't. This was a really bad mistake from blue team. So already red team's like huge advantage with Carly Nox. They're both really strong. Right now, I'd be looking from blue team's point of view to be picking up some extra help now that this has gone on. I'd not be looking for a Rama here. I'd probably be looking at support, and I agree with the Athena pickup. The reason I agree with the Athena pickup is like, let's do rotations, let's make this big. I would have either got Apollo here, because then you've got great global presence with those three, or I would have looked elsewhere, and I would have potentially gone with... What else would I have possibly picked up here? I would have looked for a good mid laner that's good against Nox. Like, Agni's pretty good against Nox, I feel. Giannis can deal with her pretty effectively too, because he doesn't have to get in close to deal with her. He can farm from range, or someone like Ra can also deal with her pretty well because he can stay away from her as well. It's about range, or even Zhonga Donga's not bad, but then it depends on what the rest of their comp is. You don't want to pick Zhong too early because Nem's available. I like the Athena pick. I'd ban Ymir here if I was them. I want to limit their support choices now that they've managed to secure Athena, and with these two bans on Geb and Sylvanas, it limits what's available to them with this as well. Good ban from them. This is a smart Ymir ban. They're getting priority there. It's back over to these guys now. They're looking for a support. They've already got their support, so they don't have to pick it now, but they probably want to save their solo lane for last pick for the counter pick now, so they have to pick a support here. Against this composition and what they're up against, I don't know what I'd really suggest at the moment. I mean, there's not that many supports left on the table, really. You're looking to the later stages. You're looking at Bacchus, you're looking at Kumbhakana, you're looking at Ares as a potential one that could be quite effective. Now, with that Hercules pick tells me right now that's probably going to be support. The reason it tells me it's going to be support is because you shouldn't be picking your support, the guy here right now, unless he's got no other god pool. That should be a support god. I'd be thinking that as a support. And then the Bacchosaurus in response to the Hercules thinking it's solo lane, but I'd be thinking that was a support Hercules right now. And I don't mind the Hercules support because of the situation in the Guardian role of what's been limited and stuff. So I'm pretty fine with the Hercules pick up there, the Bacchosaurus pick. You had to pick it sooner rather than later anyway, so it's fine. And then there's the Afro, so that does tell me that was a support pick. I mean, it was Bacchus that could have gone into lane, it was Kumbhakana that could have gone into lane, there was... Well, the other fringe... Why can't I think of any of the other supports for some reason? I should know them all, and I can't even think of the others now. They're just the ones I'm so used to. I mean, Sobek's blah. In this situation, I don't think Sobek's that important right now, with... Well, in this game one, anyway. I'm just getting through to see if there's others that I could have potentially seen as being viable. I've just not thought about because I've not seen them in a while. Because you could just get used to seeing the same 3 over and over again. No, not really. Not sure anything else that I could have really thought of that could have been better. Ares has potential to be an issue. That's why I don't mind Ares just because they've got these globals and these presence off the map. You can Rama. Ares is really good against Rama. He's good against Thor because he stops him jumping to his hammer as well as forces his ultimate. And Athena again, it stops a preemptive strike in a way with the thing, and also can force her ultimate as well to get out of situations. It can also force back her ultimate and stops him jumping. I would have preferred Ares pick. Well, not necessarily preferred, but Ares could have been good, or Herc's fine too. I think Ares or Herc are the only two that you could really take in this matchup. And now that I think about it before we go into this one, Dunny, I remember this already because I'm pretty sure I gave you a lot of shit on stream about your play because you weren't aggressive enough. But we'll go through it anyway. We picked the Hercules there to bait the Bacchosaurus so we could get a pick Afro for free. Okay, I can understand that. I know exactly how the Hercules was going. I can see why you picked Hercules, because if you pick Ares there, then yeah, I mean, you pick Ares there, it's giving something away, but you want a counter pick for solo, so it kind of works as a team comp thing. I get it. I just feel we'll see as we go through the game anyway. Then we've done that bit. Now that we're loading in, I'll actually do the commentary part where I actually go through your individual play, and we'll also. Why is it showing up as him and not you? There we go. Okay, we're back again with yet another replay from the Combine. This is going to be from Dunny's point of view. He's a support player, and in this game, it goes 46 minutes long. He went 2-2 and 15. He's playing support Hercules, currently in Platinum. What do you think? How do you think you played? Want some feedback on your mid-late game? Okay, I know what went wrong early game. I was not aggressive enough. Also, want some feedback on my position. Okay, cool. What aspects of the game did you struggle with early game? No, I have to be more aggressive being a Hercules, that's true, but they banned my favourite gods, Geb and Ymir, so I had to be creative with my pick and wanted to bait the Bacchosaurus pick. Yeah, we saw that in picks and bans and we're loading this one in. It was good. I understand the decision making of picking the Hercules here. There wasn't much else on the table for you. Ares was potential, but I totally understand the Hercules pick. Late game aggression and warding. So as we load into this one, as you can see, everyone's going to load in. We will scan over the early game for the most part because statements have already been made. Like I've already discussed this with Dunny. Kind of did it on stream when the Combine was live about Dunny's decision making as Hercules in the early game. He could have been a lot more aggressive in lane. If you're going to play a Hercules as a support, you want to be more aggressive. You should be looking for those Earthbreakers. And if you're not looking for the Earthbreakers, you just have to be in a position to put the aggression on. The threat of an Earthbreaker should be enough to keep them off. Early on, we're going to go for the one ward start, which is fine because of the map positioning you've got. So we'll skim through some of the early game as much as we can, unless we see something really obvious that we should go back and talk about. Quick back to base, quick buy mana. Okay, cool. 3 and 3 is fine on the Hercules support. I'm okay with that. The other thing you could have done, this is the one thing that I noticed on the stream as well, is that you went for the full support build. You started with Watcher's Gift. You want to be abusing. This sounds really weird to say, but if you take Death's Toll in this lane matchup instead. Like, by you taking Watcher's Gift, if I saw you coming to lane with a Watcher's Gift, that tells me you're going to be a passive Hercules, you're not going to be as aggressive as you should be. By taking Death's Toll, you make a statement to yourself as well, that I have to go aggressive to make this worthwhile. By taking Watcher's Gift, you're getting plenty of sustain from it, great, you're going to get bonus gold from it as well, which is also a good item, that's why Watcher's Gift is picked on supports. But you bait yourself into a situation of, I don't have to play aggressive because I've still got Watcher's Gift. By picking Death's Toll, you put yourself in the mindset that you have to go aggressive. It also tells the enemy team, because they will press tab and see your items, that you are looking for aggression because you went Death's Toll. So they'll respect you earlier on as well, which means you get lane push in that situation, which means that they know you're going to look to fight. So by starting Watcher's Gift, it kind of says, oh, he's just going to go for standard support build, he might not go full aggressive. Mind games, the whole time. Everything about the game is mind games. They get the early push on. Wait, look, turn around. Should be turning around earlier than looking for the Earthbreaker. As soon as they're near tower range, your Earthbreaker Driving Strike will drag him in. From that position there, you could drag him into tower range with a Earthbreaker Driving Strike. You should be looking for the Earthbreaker every opportunity you can. Every opportunity you can. It was a good combo, but there was a full minion wave there, so you didn't get much out of it. Taking unnecessary hits. Yeah, the Athena's been more aggressive than you, which is really worrying. And you should have the push in this lane, especially now that you're level 3. You should have Driving Strike combo, which will clear the minion wave. Good Earthbreaker. You're focusing him where there's a minion wave, so you're not getting any pressure on this lane at all. So the aggression that you're showing is not the right aggression. You're aggressing at the wrong time. You want to make sure the minion wave's down or be focusing the minions as well as them. 3-minute rotation comes up. We're in position for this. Okay, do we need to be anywhere else? Do we really need to be anywhere else? You are Hercules, you are level 4. I'm just thinking about whether you should be stood at this sort of angle. You should really be allowing these guys to pull and you should be on zone duty. I know you've got the hog available, but if you go into zone duty here, it'd probably work out better for your team. Always remember zone duty at these camps is important. Like, she sees it and realises, hang on a minute, my team's not coming, we're going for the other camp. So you get those 1 to 3, that's cool. You're going to try and contest the other ones, I'm guessing. Just a little bit late to him. No, farm mid. I mean, there was potential there as well. I know you walked up to the lane to farm the lane, but there was potential that you could have set something up against this composition. I mean, if you actually manage to get an Earthbreaker as they rotate back into this lane, by just positioning yourself correctly, it stops them either A, walking through this lane, so they have to walk backwards around here, or the threat of you landing an Earthbreaker. You land the Earthbreaker on the people coming around this corner, you drive and strike them into the team, there's a Kali there, and there's a Nox there with ultimate. You miss potential of a free pick or more damage. Soccer experience is cool. We go back to base, we get wards, we get boost too, that's cool. We hit level 6. What's this ward? Was that your ward? It better not have been. Cool, it wasn't. That's good. Oh, it was? What? What's that ward? Why that ward? Your ward should always be placed in a line up this way, okay? Always in the way. There should be one here and probably one here. Maybe if you wanted to cover the Gold Fury earlier, you can place it around here instead, because it gives vision of the path into the Gold Fury area. It means you've got that lane that's kind of free for the rotation in from them, but you get one placed around the corner here for the rotation through mid lane, and you get one place, I'm going to say around here then, because then you're going to get Gold Fury coverage. This ward is for Gold Fury coverage, but the problem with this is we're exactly where it's placed right now. If Thor walks all the way down through here, there's no vision right now, and he can just come here and ult. You can just come here and ult. That's all he has to do. Walk here and ult. I think I'm going to see you place the other ward around here though right now. Hopefully you place it here. If you don't place it, if you place it here, I'm going to be very, very upset because you're not getting any vision of this whatsoever. 5. Thank you. Slow down. Where did we place it? We placed it here. What vision are we really getting out of that? I'm pretty certain, I know it shows the whole range there, but I'm pretty sure you can walk all the way through that angle there. There's also the path, this is the path that this Thor could take as well. He could walk down here, and he could rotate all the way around the back until he gets hit by this ward at the backside. If you would have warded this position, and roughly that position, it would have been better. This ward should have probably been moved over here a little bit, just to give more Gold Fury control. I'm okay with the decision to do the blue buff there, soak up the experience in lane. Soak that wave, soak that next wave, soak this wave, soak this wave. There's no reason to rotate, soak it. Why are we rotating? Exactly, you just wasted minions that you could have got farm off of. You gave up positioning for Athena to come in. You lost golden experience that you could have had for free. There was no reason to rotate. It wasn't even a proper rotation either. Mid harpies, mid harpies, mid harpies. We should know these are up soon. What I would have done just there, just as a small little note, is that you were trying to soak experience to stay for it. You should just press 2 with the Earthbreaker, pulled them all together and left. You would have still got the experience from it, and you would have been able to leave a little bit earlier, and your cooldown still would have been up for your Earthbreaker when you got to this mid lane fight. Why don't we check our angle? We didn't check our angle, then we just rotate straight mid. We're giving up this fight this time round, I'm not sure why. You have technically a better composition with Nox and Kali to really try and burst these guys down. Agni's a threat with the bombs, yeah, but your Boulder plus Nox ultimate stops them using bombs, A, and B, Kali's got ultimate to be able to go aggressive and go in on that. Don't know why you gave up that camp. Hesitating, you don't know what to do. What are we doing now? Oh, we're just farming. I agree with that decision. There's no need for the Earthbreaker there. Rotation was like, you kind of like hesitated, you weren't sure where you wanted to be. And now we're doing a bit of second jungling, which is fine. You don't have to hang around for the whole time at that camp. Like, you could have just left it straight away. There was no reason for you to hang. In lane. You should be looking to ward soon. You should, yeah. Good, I'm glad you chose to do that. Should we get a sentry here? We should be getting Midas boots. Awesome, we do exactly that. Like for 8 minutes in and seeing a Hercules at 000 is really like strange, you know? Okay, you got 3 wards, let's see where you place them. Somebody on your team has already put a sentry down, which is fine, which means you don't need another sentry. Potential options here: save your sentry ward for when this one runs out or when they counter ward it, or place one around this sort of area here. Not because I can see a ward here, but this is a natural angle for them to ward. Obviously make a line across the map. I always keep saying this to everybody. Make a line across the map is what they're going to do as well as you're going to do, which means if your sentry ward here, you've got an avenue for Kali to come in for ganks and not get any pressure onto her. She knows it's clear for her to gank from the sentry ward position. You don't have to do that, it's just a food for thought. Clear the board, good. Go for a pick here, go for a pick here. See, that's potential of pick missed. Potential for an aggression. Very, very passive on the Hercules play. I'm guessing you don't play that much Hercules support because it feels that way. Or if you do, you need to pick up on the aggression. This is the exact opposite in the Combine, where you see people making too many plays to the people that are scared of making a misplay and not showing off the skill. So they're worried about misplaying or making a mistake, so they don't do stuff. That was too slow. Slow game from your point of view, Donny, really. There's not much else for you to do. Sentry ward again, cool. Oh, just going to pause for a second because I just realised I've got that the wrong way round again. Apologies everybody at home. Okay, so what you've learned from the 2 engages that you've attempted to do in this realm is the moment you do Earthbreaker, he immediately rolls. What does that teach you? That teaches you should not be Earthbreaker or telegraphing the Earthbreaker as much as you are doing. You keep walking at him, and you keep walking at him, and you keep walking at him, and try and force the roll for free. Okay? The other option is to save. If you can force the roll for free, then you can Driving Strike to close the gap again, because Driving Strike and roll are about the same distance. Then you can Earthbreaker him back into trouble, and then he has no escape. There's not massive amounts to talk because it's so passivity with this whole first start of the game. I know you want to look at late game, which is fine. Boulder, we're looking for kills instead of looking for picks. Looking for support, not kills. Why do we back out? The rotation, I'm guessing. Imagine if you still had Boulder. Imagine if you still had Boulder now. Imagine if you still had Boulder right now. Right now. Right now. That tasty Boulder looked good. Okay, so in this engagement here, they got picks because I don't feel like you were doing your job. You're looking to be damage dealer here. You're playing Hercules as a warrior and as a solo laner. You're not playing him as a support and how you should play him if you're playing him. You don't necessarily have to get a kill. What you should be doing is using your CC to keep them out of this fight. Agni should have been smashed in the face with your Driving Strike. Thor could have been smashed in the face with the Driving Strike. You don't need you to do the damage. You're there to do the zone control and be the pressure. You're there for peel, just like a Guardian. You have to play it like a Guardian. You have to peel.
A fine fight that was.
Now what are we hanging for? What are we trying to do? What's the plan? What are we waiting for? We're worried about them doing Golf Fury? Notice how we're just watching that fight, we're not doing anything. Could have been using peel. But that's it! Smash him in the face! Too late though. It was too late. It's the first time I seen you smash him in the face to disengage it. You could have just walked in and done that, even though you were low on health. If you're going to hang around and watch that, you should have just done it. They get mid-harpies off that. Good news is you had Gold Fury control. You're going to rotate around, find that both the harpies are down. Soak mid lane again. Gold Fury set up. Once again, control. Soak experience, all good stuff. You could leave that earlier. You don't have to stand and take the whole thing. When this rotation's not good. This rotation's not good from you. You should be here right now. There's a full wave of experience coming in. You should be soaking this experience up right now. In the matchup between you and Athena, you are soaking better, but you could soak even more. That's my big issue with you right now. You could be soaking more. There's a full wave there that you should be doing. There's no reason to be here right now. There's no reason for you to be over this side of the map. This grouping's not going to come with anything good out of it. It's very unlikely that you're going to be able to find a pick out of it. And if you do, it's because of a misplay. You should be soaking that wave. Soak that wave. Oh, I moved bands down. Apologies. Don't know why they're on the screen. They were from the right bands. We're just hesitating and we're not soaking experience again. Like, I feel like you missed a whole level of experience from just hanging around. You're waiting for something, but you're not doing anything. Sit and watch. Be patient. This is what you should be looking at right now. Sit and watch and be patient. And you've burnt the weakening curse early. This is really big for your team, that weakening curse burn. If you think about it, this has been picked up to deal with Afro, and the good news is Afro is on your team. So what I want to really see out of you right now is the fact that his ultimate's now going to be on cooldown. You should just be smashing the ground with your mitigate wounds. Quite happy to smash the ground with your mitigate wounds here and tank some stuff up. Your team should be able to respond eventually. Your job is to just kind of hang in the area for the time being. Hang in the area and cause a few issues. Do not throw this boulder out. Please do not throw this boulder out. Slow it right down, see what you choose to do. Oh, you panic run away. Why do we panic run away? What are you panic running away for? Oh, we're panicking running away. Makes sense. You don't need to panic run away, you're Hercules. That is a bad use of mitigate wounds as well. A really bad use of mitigate wounds. Remember, you only want to pop your mitigate wounds when you know you're going to take damage. Listen to what the ability does, okay? Whenever Hercules activates this ability, he gains health every second of the next 4 seconds. Cool. A percentage of the damage taken during this time is returned to him as additional healing. So, by just flat popping it there, you're currently at full health, okay? And you've got rank 3 in this, so that means you're going to heal for 35 per tick. So 35 per tick at this stage. Would 35 per tick if you're not unhealthy do anything for you? Not really. You're at full health, so it's pointless. The pop of mitigate wounds was a panic there. You didn't need to. What you could have done is stood your ground against his back or so and went, "What up, bruv? I'm in your face." Smashed the ground for your mitigate wounds and eaten the poke. That's the opportunity you had, was to smash the ground and eat the poke that he's going to give you. And it would have kept them busy, because these guys are like, we have to get rid of Hercules because we're trying to do the Gold Fury. The Hunters are involved. You should realise they've bursted everything on it already and it's still only half health. Smash the ground and stand your ground. That's what should have happened there. Your decision in the end was to driving strike away and then smash the ground with your mitigate wounds. It wasn't the right call. Now your mitigate wounds is on cooldown for the fight, because now you want to go back in. Now you've not got driving strike available to go back in. Now you're going to get zoned out. The boulder, what's that going to do? What's that going to do? What's that going to do? Don't have mitigate wounds to soak that damage back up. I'm going to look at mid-game now and later stages. Just going to pause for a second, because I know I've gone over this part of the game at least, up to this point. What's the feedback on mid-late game? Okay, I'm going to class mid-game as like 20 minutes then, I'm guessing, because it seems like a very slow game to an extent between these two teams. Mid-late game, I know what went wrong early, cool, I was not aggressive enough, also want some feedback on your positioning. Well, positioning in that Gold Fury fight you should have heard about. Early game, you know, being aggressive for Hercules, but they banned my favourite. Yeah, we discussed that a bit. Late game aggression and warding. Late game aggression and warding, okay. Well, we should be getting Salve online relatively soon. Let's see how this goes. Oops. Misclicks OP. What button are you on? There we are. Your soaking of experience is good, like, you know, your rotations for mid-camps are okay. I just feel like you don't soak with enough experience, at least in this stage that we've seen so far. Why not driving strike? Why are we not just driving striking? You're not using abilities. Oh, Donny! Just driving strike! That was a driving strike. But it should have been a lot earlier. Boulder! Okay, you get 1 kill. You're playing it like a warrior, and you shouldn't be playing it like a Sorry, you're playing it like a solo laner, and you're not playing it like a guardian. You're not playing it like a support. When you put Hercules into the support role, you play him like a guardian still. You still use your peel to protect people and keep them alive, and then you look afterwards to become a warrior if your teammates start to fall to the wayside. You're there for peel and there for tanking as some frontline. Then you turn into the transition into the damage side of things if you get the potential to do so. You don't play it like a guardian all the time. So you don't play it like a warrior all the time. I feel like, because like if you were someone like Geb there, you would have cataclysmed. If you were someone like Kumbhakani, you would have rooted a yawned on them. If you were someone like Kabrakan, you would have stunned them. If you were anybody else, you would have done it. Well, you were Hercules and you had a stun in your driving strike. And you also had an Earthbreaker for displacement, a knock-up, which takes them out of the fight for a second or two. And you didn't do either, you just kind of watched. Not much to talk about because it's kind of slow. I'm just waiting for the mid game to come out. Because let's see how this God Fury fight goes. Because I hope you play this one. But you've got teammates with you now. Who's she linked to, first of all? She's linked to Nox. I'm fine with that link for Nox. That's like really... Right, what you should be realising right now is you are the front line. You've got your sovereignty online. You are going to be tanky as well. You've got support of your teammates. Now, it doesn't matter if you goddamn die. Okay, that's the first thing you need to realise. It doesn't matter if you die as long as they don't get the Gold Fury, or you die and you get the Gold Fury is even bonus. Just make sure the other support dies if you're going to die, or you win a major freaking team fight here. Okay, that's the main thing you're looking to do. So with these links that you've got here, you've got so much damage and sustain on this backline. It doesn't really give a fluff what happens to you. You're there for the setup. You are there for the setup. That's what I want to see out of you. She's kissed you while we're backing up. She's kissed you while you're backing up. Get your ass in there. Get your ass in there! You've got such a good composition for fighting this. Instead, you just disengage. Like, when she kisses you there, you're just like, brah, what's up, what's up, what's up? I'm walking up in your grill. Earthbreaker, boom. Hit 1 or 2 targets, drive and strike them into a Nox and an Afro. Boom, Nox hits them with the ultimate. Boom, they can't escape. Boom, death, destruction. What's that? They're engaging to support their teammates. Carly boys come in and start cleaning up the back action from the backside. Tasty treats for all. Yeah, and you're there like, what's up, motherfucker? I'm Hercules. Think about these things. Like, there was so much potential for you there. So much. And this one won't be going to YouTube because I swore in it now, but hey, it's fine. Right, drop aggro. Drop aggro at this point in time, okay? I want you to back out, drop aggro, give it one of these two. She can sustain him back up, it's fine. Nox can burst out. Nox is on zoning duty here, but you could actually just help to zone out too. The other thing potentially you've got as well is the driving strike. You don't necessarily have to drop aggro and go zone. I want you to drop aggro though. The reason I want you to drop aggro is because you need to stay alive and you need to be slightly away from the Gold Fury that Athena can't come in and go, what up, taunt to the face, ding dong, jobs are good and hog. I don't even care if I die, I get the Gold Fury. So dropping this to make sure you're not all grouped up like this is good. You're only really here for the hog. You're not going to do a lot of damage as Hercules because you went defensive route. Well, I'm lying because it's Hercules and his OP. But at the same time, it's like you probably should be dropping and standing over here because then Athena's got a decision to make about taunting the people off it or going for the steal. She preempts. Say she gets past Nox. This is my point. She gets past Nox. She preemptive strikes in. She taunts first of all to take the aggro away from these two. But then you're out of the range of the taunt. She can't hit all three of you by standing over this sort of side of things. And then you can drive and strike into a smasher in the face, hog, steal, done. Jobs are good. And think about your positioning. Nox does a good job so far, but now his silence is on cooldown. Oh, that's a really good ult from Nox. That was a really good ult from Nox. Why are we still tanking this? Oh! Like, the decisions, Donny, the decisions, it was like, I'm tanking it, boys, we're going to tank through this, and we're still going to do the Gold Fury. And then the moment the disengages happen from the teams, you drop it again, and it has to start over. And now you're low as well. You get gold, can you get out? Good driving strike away. Good driving strike away. Keep running. Aphrodite, the teammate. Now go back in. Yeah, boys. Earthbreaker, 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 Earthbreaker. Good. Oh, it's a shame. Driving strike, driving strike, driving strike, driving strike, driving strike, driving strike, driving strike. Oh my god, buddy. Driving strike. Look, there was so much free kill. Like, those two lined up perfectly. Those two lined up perfectly for like a double driving strike to the mouth. It was easy pickings for you. I know you get one in the end, but still. Oh, I'm gonna get an aneurysm from this game. I'm gonna get an aneurysm from this game. The times, what I'm seeing from you play, Donny, with him, I guess you don't play Hercules much in the Guardian role. That's the thing. I saw you say it in chat. You don't seem to play Hercules too much in the Guardian role. You normally play him in solo. And what you seem to be doing is you're playing him like a Guardian when you should be playing him like a solo laner, and then when you're supposed to be playing him like a solo laner, you're playing him like a Guardian. That's my biggest issue from this whole game. That's the big thing. It's just the big thing about it. It's like every single time you're supposed to play him like a warrior, you're playing him like a Guardian. Every time you're supposed to play him like a Guardian, you're playing him like a warrior. It's so crazy. It's like, oh, you frustrate me because I really feel like you know what you're supposed to do, but you're just not doing it. It's like, if you were playing like solo Hercules, you would have known, you would have committed to that fight. If you were playing a proper Guardian, like say for example, like an Athena, you know you would have gone in and be like, what's up, I'm taunting you in your face. What's up, I'm here with the CC. But then because you're playing him like a solo lane Hercules, it's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. It's really, really confusing. I think that's the biggest issue, Donny, honestly, from what I've seen of it. I'm not going to go through the rest, not because I don't want to. I'm just going to try and get through as many as I can of people. It just feels like this is exactly the reason that you're not playing the way you can. It's because you're playing something you're not 100% comfortable on. I agree with the mentality of the picks and stuff. I totally agree with the mentality of the picks and stuff. I think that was wise. But yeah, oh my god, that was so frustrating. You frustrate me so much, then. I was just like, what's going on? Why is he doing these things? He should have been in there! He should have got the kills! He had to put the kills! Oh, I was like, okay, right, peel! Why are you not fucking peeling? Peel! Come on, man. Oh, that game, Donny.